next video is going to be on my Cornwell toolbox. Pretty much just going to be a somewhat review slash tour, and so that's probably what I'm going to be doing today. So let me go ahead and show you the box. Go ahead and open it up so that way y'all can see the inside. I want y'all to know my code. So you pretty much put the code in, turn the thing, turn the knob. Well, put the code in, hit enter, turn the knob, and there we have it. That's how it's open. So this is pretty much what it looks like after a week of turning some wrenches, along with this is how dusty it is after a week of having the canopy open and just allowing dust to get inside. So I'm going to clean all this up and put my tools back up. Pretty much all cleaned up and waxed up. Let's go ahead and do more in-depth view. So this here is a fridge. I haven't been to the store, and it's funny because it's right next door. I haven't been to the store, so there's really nothing in it at the moment other than ice and a fork. But I'll go to the store here in a few and get some drinks. You usually put waters and Dr. Peppers in there. But so here's the fridge. Actually worked in a deal to get the fridge for free since I actually bought the box and the hutch. So he threw that in for me, so I was like, cool, why not? So here we have some hooks, 2 hooks. I usually put my keys on this hook. So normally the box comes with 1 power strip. I have 2, as you can see. It's my radio when I want to play music. Got a magnetic flashlight here. I usually put it here just so I can charge it if I need to charge it. This here is my scan tool for a Hyundai. So my scan tool and my DLC connector to communicate with the vehicles. And this here is where my other hooks are. So this is where I put all my customer keys at. I know what you're thinking. Why would you put your keys in the box? That's not practical. If another tech needed the key, or the service advisor needed the key, or the manager, or whatever, somebody needed the key. I actually have someone that has the code to my hutch and my box, so that way if they ever needed to get in there, and it's just one person that has this code, so that way which is my service advisor, she needed to get in there to get a key, she can get the key. I don't think I have to worry about her stealing any of my tools, so it's no big deal about that. She can just open up the hutch, grab whatever key she needs, close it, and lock it back up. But so this light comes standard with the hutch. It's actually magnetic, so it can actually move around different places. I thought this was the perfect spot to put it, just because I wanted my my refrigerator on the left side, so that way when I open the door, it's not to hit against it. And so it actually fits perfectly right there. It's like not even about 2 centimeters right there in between. So it actually works pretty perfect. And this thing, it slides back and forth. There's 3 magnets on there. And it holds pretty well. It has the 2 functions. So one, it has a time function. When you close the hutch, it will turn off. And then it has just the on function. I really don't use it too much because it doesn't get that dark in here. So it got skylights in here, so it's really no point to having it, but it's there if I need it, I guess. The only thing I can say is if you're the type of person, or the type of tech that likes to put stuff on your box, it's probably not the hutch for you. So as you can see, the top part of the area, the hutch is in half. So you will only be able to put things from the back half. As you can see, I have something over there. Like I said, yes, if you are the type that puts stuff on your box, you put a lot of crap on there, this probably isn't for you. Just because as you open it, it's halved. You only have half the space. I'm not the type that puts stuff on my box. Why would you want to put stuff on your box with, you know, all that nice paint up there? That's just not me. People that put stuff on the box for the most part it's always shit that you don't end up, you know, using. It just collects dust for the most part. So here's the hutch. There's 2 power strips, my key holder deal. So let's talk about the keypad. So the keypad's pretty cool. I actually prefer over a key. And that was another thing that it had over my 4S. Just type in the code, hit enter, turn this knob up, and it releases, and you're able to pick up the hutch. So, box. Let's talk about the box. Yes, it has another pad unlock, which is great. Love it. Don't need keys if I don't want to. You ain't gotta worry about leaving your keys at home. You know, something the Mako 4S did not supply. Let's go ahead and get more in depth. So, as you can see, the handles, I love the handles. They're awesome. Just push on them. It's just one push. No matter where you push on it, it will release and open the drawer. And that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. I mean, look at just how wide that drawer is. Like, yeah, way much wider than my 4S. It's pretty much, you know, the main reason why I traded in my 4S for this. So I have my 3/8. Oh, the pegboard was supplied from my Mako 4S. I pretty much just grabbed it out of my 4S and threw it into my Cornwell Platinum. So I got my 3/8 on this side. As you can see, all my 3/8, 3/8, random old 3/8 sockets that I had. Then here's my 1/4 inch stuff, my 1/4 inch, my 1/4 inch stuff, my 1/4 inch stuff, and then you get into the halves. Some more 3/8. I just didn't have room over there, so threw them over here. My 2 torque wrenches, and just my master set that I've collected over the years individually. It's master set. Don't give me no shit, okay? My half ratchets. Next we have our wrench drawer. Love these guys. These are pretty awesome. I enjoy using these for alignment, so these are pretty good. The longer wrenches. These are pretty awesome. I like to use these for like the strut areas, on the strut tower areas. You know, sometimes it's hard to tighten down the mount bolts on top, or mounting nuts on top, so these come in handy really well. Bought these for my helper or my future helpers. These work pretty great when they round off the bolt heads. These guys get right in there and take care of them. I don't know what I bought these for, but I bought them. Had a big box, thought about it. It's like, well, I need some type of other wrench. Cool. I love using these for like disconnecting the lines to the ABS modules. These come in handy like really well. Don't use these anymore. These were my first 2 sets of wrenches that I purchased. Never use these. I don't use standard, I use metric, so rarely ever use those. These I don't use anymore, but they're there if I need them. And then I got some cheap stubbies in the back, starter wrenches I had, wrenches I collected over the years, starter wrenches. Now we get into cases. So I got my torque case, took off the cover because it didn't fit. Don't know what's in here. I think it's a little screwdriver. Yeah, little ratcheting screwdriver. Comes in handy. Never actually, you know what, this thing used to come in real good handy with Chevy and air filters. Terrible. They have like 10 screws on a damn thing for an air filter, and they're like way down in the bottom, hard to get to, so these came in handy really well. This is my O2 sensor sockets. Yeah, O2 sensor sockets. Some long Torx that I had purchased before I even purchased this set. 3 of them are broken. Obviously they're ATD, so they're broken. Some bits. These are the hexes that I started off with. So before I had that set. Full filter sockets. This is turbo sockets. Yeah. Take off lug nuts and stuff like that. So those are pretty awesome. More bits. Thread tappers. So that way I can clean out some threading that a helper, you know, if you cross thread something, I can pull it out, clean it up. Cool, good to go. Stud removers and installers. More Torx, first Torx that I started off with. Now some more bits, drill bits, brake pad depressor, or I'm sorry, piston press. This is your caliper, your digital caliper for measuring your rotors and for turning the piston in. This is your kit for that. Serpentine belt kit. Barely ever use that for Hyundais, doesn't work well. Some miscellaneous O2 sensor sockets that I don't use. Actually, I use this guy a lot. I made that. Yeah. Next, the money drawer. Yes, this is the money drawer. This will make you or break you. Electrical. If you can't diagnose electrical, yeah, you're in for a rude awakening. This is what's gonna make you your money, guys. I can't stress that enough. So this is where you go big or go home on. Got some extra gaskets and stuff, some zip ties, but yeah, mainly this is what I dig into, along with, you know, fuses, bolts, you know, some extra stuff that I need, light bulbs, whatever. But yeah, this is definitely where I make my money. Some chassis ears that I can connect to an app on my phone. I use my phone as a, you know, for squeaks and rattles, etc. This is my needing to fill drawer. It's starting off, but it's not fully there yet. Got some trim tools, got some picks I always use. Always use this guy for taking off oil filters. I use these rarely. Back when I worked at Toyota, don't even remind me, I hated that place. But I hated changing oils on Toyotas. I think these are the most dumbest things ever. Don't want to get into that. AC lines and fuel line disconnects. Some suction cups. Yeah, suction cups to hold your window when you're taking off the regulator. AC, black light and glasses. Another black light and glass in there. Vacuum pump. checking for vacuum trim tool stuff. Don't use it. That. And then a hose for your brake line deal to, you know, plug into your caliper and bleed out your brake system if you need to. Yep. Definitely need to fill that drawer. And next drawer, the braking stuff drawer. Hammers, bang out whatever you need. Chisels, punches, air hammer. I don't know if you realize, but I am a Cornwell guy. I've converted. I used to be Mako, pretty much converted to Cornwell. Some coolant hose for the lines, block off the lines, or the hoses, I'm sorry, for the coolant. Got some little air ratchets or whatever, cutting stuff. I use this to clean off like silicone off of pans or timing covers or whatever. I don't know what I have these for, but I bought these. They're just really different size hexes. Haven't used this guy, waiting to use that guy. And this is for tie rods, the inner tie rods. Got my big pry bars in there, and got my, I just bought this actually to do some tire repairs. Got another coolant clamp, or coolant clamp, and this is to compress smaller springs. That way I ain't got to take it to the front shop. Yep, there's always that one guy. Buy a big box, right, and don't even fill the drawers. This is actually mainly the main drawer that I haven't filled, but this is going to be my forever box, hopefully, so that's what this drawer is for. As I buy more tools, it will fill up. So it's a good thing to have more room than no room. Then you end up with me with a 4S and having to trade it in. Axle nut sockets, cooling pressure tester, compression tester, borescope, some can stuff where I put my rags to wax my box, and what my Milwaukee came in. I can obviously get rid of that, but it's there if I need to take it home or whatever. Let's go on to the next one. Air and battery powered tools. These guys, awesome. Can't praise them enough. As you can see, I went from Mako to Cornwell. Cornwell sells Milwaukee, and they have the greatest warranty. And these things are amazing. I love these things. This guy can break off anything, you know. But definitely a Milwaukee guy. I will be getting the stubbies, and these two guys, amazing. I have even Milwaukee stuff at home. I got a Milwaukee leaf blower, I got a Milwaukee weed eater. Love those things. Paper drawer. All my damn payments to Mako. And then there's one to Cornwell somewhere around here. Also have all my certificates for Hyundai Certified. Need to get more though, so I can be master certified hopefully by the end of the year when all this COVID stuff clears up. And this is the battery. I'm sorry, yeah, this is where I'm gonna have all my chargers in, because it's the power drawer. So Mako speaker that cut off on me like after 6 months of having. Jumper box. That's my charger for 3/8 and my quarter. And this is miscellaneous stuff. I'm actually another drawer that I can clear up. And now this guy is the main reason why I bought a bigger box. I actually would tuck this under my 4S because I didn't have a drawer big enough to fit this guy. And this is a hub remover kit That costs like almost $800. So why am I gonna have an $800 tool tucked under a box just sitting there, you know, waiting to be used? At least in here, I mean, it's got about at least another 2 to 3 inches of room. Yeah. It's a coolant funnel. Fill up your coolant. Love this thing. No mess, no anything. You just put that in. It has adapters for it to whatever cooling system you have. Just fits right in, and then you can just drop the coolant in and not have to worry about it spilling out or anything like that. It just collects in there, and then you can plug it back up, pull it off, and put your coolant cap on. So that's pretty much the tour of the box.